Hi everybody, welcome back to Rabbi Aharon Attitude Adjustment. You know what time of year it is? Well, it's time for Purim, and we're getting close to Pesach, which means that we're just about getting into the spring of the year. Not only are we getting into the spring of the year, but it brings something else very, very special. Spring training for baseball. Now, whether you're a baseball fan or not, you know what spring training is. It's when all the teams play each other to get back in shape because they've been off all winter long. And what do? Well, here's a guy. I want you to picture this guy. He was playing baseball since he was 5 or 6 years old. Then junior high, high school, college, minor leagues, major leagues. He's been through thousands and thousands and thousands of people to get to be where he is today, to be a professional ball player. And what is he doing today in one of the warm climates in the United States? He's taking batting practice. Batting practice. They're throwing ball after ball after ball at him, and he's swinging and he's hitting, and he's swinging and he's hitting, and he's swinging and he's hitting. Why does he do this? Because he's going back to basics. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go back to basics, where we started. When we asked if you were sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I told you there was a cure, and it was a simple cure, but it wasn't easy. Sometimes we get so caught up in our activities, we forget the basics. What did we start with? So we're going to go back to basics today. Another thing we're going to learn from professional baseball is the fact that this guy that we're talking about, who's doing all this batting practice, he gets paid millions of dollars a year to play baseball, to play a game. That means he's really good at it, right? Well, this guy who's really good at it, 1 out of 3 times he comes up to bat, he actually hits the ball and gets on base. That means 2 out of 3 times he goes back to the bench and he sits down because he's out. He didn't do what he was trying to do, what he was paid to do, what he was aiming to do. So I want to get back into that also today. So let's start with the first things first, and we'll get to that in a minute. First things first, basics. We need to remember everything comes from Hashem. Everything that is, was, or ever will be. It's the first basic law of the Rambam. Everything comes from Hashem. Everything. Not everything but your situation. Everything. From a comet streaking across the sky to what does a mosquito have for dinner tonight? Everything. And because Hashem is a loving Father, and He is the Father of all of us, He's able to do what we do with our children. He's able to love us. And when you love someone, what do you want for them? The best. So everything He does for us not only has a purpose, but that purpose is always, even if we don't see it at the moment, always the best for us. Sometimes we can't see it and we have to ask why. And that's okay, because that could very well be the main purpose, that something that we think is unpleasant is happening to us. That could be why it's happening to us, because He wants us to talk to Him, to come back to Him. It says that we are made in His image, and we know physically there is no physical image. Therefore, it has to be in the midot, in the actions, in the traits. So, if we love our children, how much more so does He love us? Millions of times more so. And because of that, He's there for us for everything that we do. Now, we talked about, again, just before, about the guy who comes to bat, and he strikes out, or he doesn't get on base 2 times out of 3. That means he fails 2 out of 3 times. No, he doesn't fail. He just didn't do what he was supposed to do that particular time. Each one is judged on its own time. And let me explain this to you how it relates to us. The Torah tells us that a righteous man will fall, not may fall, will fall, 7 times. What's the difference between him and somebody who doesn't get to where his level is? Because he gets up and keeps moving. The Yetzer Hara, something we haven't talked about much before, the evil inclination, loves not so much to see us fall, but to feel pity for ourselves and to feel hatred for ourselves that we didn't do what we were supposed to do. So we need to keep in mind that even the best of the best, whether it's in baseball or whether it's in spirituality, even the best of the best don't do it right every time. So we need to be a little bit more forgiving ourselves and remind ourselves we're doing what Hashem put us here to do. Let's just ask him what that is if we don't understand. And if we don't understand what he's doing, let's ask him that as well. But let's also remember gratitude, that we're thankful for everything we get. And let's also remember teshuvah, that we're sorry for things we do wrong. We put these all together, it all becomes a great big package of emunah. It's faith. This is what takes on where your conscious brain cuts out and can't understand it. This is the difference between having emunah and not having it. It's the difference between whether you live a life of joy, love, and fulfillment, or a life of ups and downs that gets you literally sick and tired of being sick and tired. That having been said, let's all have a great Shabbos and a great week ahead. We have Purim coming up next week. Life is good. This is Adar. It says when we go into the month of Adar, we should come in with great joy. So let's come in with great joy and enjoy this month. Have a great Shabbos. Have a great week. Be well. All the best. Bye-bye.